Hello and welcome back to Twisted Locker, your definitive horror podcast. Today we've got a brand new review and we've got Infested, directed by a future Evil Dead director, and we've got
Yes.
Sebastian Vaniček.
Hey,
And
awesome.
get in. And
Get
it's
in.
just been announced we've got another one coming as well.
Yeah.
Right, so basic plot of the movie, we've got Caleb played by Theo Christine, and he's basically like this youngster lives in this high-rise tower in France, and he's got like this exotic collection of bugs and pets in his bedroom. And basically he knows this guy Ali who runs this shop, and he's got this back room in the shop that sells all sorts of everything. Basically, he's a man of all trades. He's got
Yeah.
watches, jewelry, spiders, bugs, and basically this spider catches his eye. And without knowing anything about this spider, how venomous it is, how dangerous it is, decides to buy it in this little container, and basically he takes it back to his high-rise tower, puts it in a shoebox,
I know.
and obviously the spider gets out and starts wreaking havoc amongst all the residents that live in this high-rise tower. Jenks, that's a quick brief for me. What have you got?
Right. I'm going to start with I have really bad arachnophobia, okay? I know you don't, but I've genuinely got arachnophobia. Big house spiders. Tarantulas don't bother me as much, probably
Yeah.
because I don't find them in my house. But the big, horrible house spiders, they terrify me. I fucking loved this film. It was so frightening. I don't think I've ever been so frightened in a film in my life. Okay, genuinely, I have never watched a film before as an adult going like, "Fuck off,
Yeah.
fuck off, oh no," and I was enjoying.
Yeah.
The guy the Sebastian who made it has definitely got arachnophobia because he understands the house spider type spiders are what really invokes the fear on
Yes.
arachnophobics, and it's a club arachnophobic, and
It's a club.
and when they come out of the vent, like it's so frightening, right? And I honestly, there's one scene where the girl, one of the girls, is looking in the mirror, and it's quite blurred the background; she can't see it, and the air vent cover
Oh, it's such a good
pops off,
scene.
and they just come up, and she can't see it, but you can see it. I was like, oh, that's too many. Fuck off. I was so frightening. Okay, it was the setup is brilliant. The police think it's like a virus, so they kind of cordon off that no one's allowed out, which makes it very simple horror. It's no like, oh, just
Yes.
run out. It's like they can't. It's they're stuck in, and and what I love about it, which was kind of missing from Evil Dead Rise, you kind of get to know multiple levels of this high
Yes.
rise.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you still got the central Caleb and his sister Manon and the three friends.
Yeah.
But people ask me about spiders, right? And say, why would you watch this if you're scared of spiders? Like, well,
That's exactly why you should watch
it's
it.
like, I'm scared of torture, but I fucking love fucking Hostel. You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah.
my fear, torture.
So, as somebody who's not scared of spiders, was it as good for you as me? Probably not as good.
Right. So yeah, I am not scared of spiders in the slightest. At least twice a day, I'm picking spiders up from my bathroom and
Oh,
putting them on the back.
you're fucking
I
hard.
I will literally pick them up with my bare hands. Right. I have no fear of spiders. I actually quite like them. So I wasn't scared watching it, but I'll tell you, I had an absolute blast watching it. Now I've probably got a few bruises coming up on my arms, right? Because I
From
watched
you.
it with my friend who doesn't beat me, okay? But she did in this film. So
She's scared of
she
spiders.
she doesn't like spiders. She doesn't, do you know what I mean? Like she hasn't got a fear of spiders, but she doesn't
Yeah,
like them.
they're icky to it.
So
It's not a fear. Like,
yes.
fuck off, like me.
So if you can imagine, right, this film, you've got an apartment complex
Yeah.
infested with thousands of spiders, and every single time a spider came up on the screen and jumped out, I got a punch in the arm. Every single time. And she'd apologise. I'm like, don't apologise. I love seeing people react to movies.
Curtis, you weren't even fucking looking at it. It's just punching you. Oh, yeah, film. Oh, spiders. Oh, I hate them, man. Ooh.
Quick jaw crack, like. But no, I spent the whole film being battered because every time a spider cropped up, which was a lot, I
Oh,
got
my
a
God.
swift punch. But my initial thoughts on this movie, I absolutely loved it. Like you said, Jenks, it sets up these flaws really well,
Yeah,
and we get to know all the characters, and it does really utilize all the different flaws.
yeah,
I had an absolute blast with this one, and what it does well, right, is the first 50 minutes, it sets it up well. You still get a few scares and a few
yeah,
setups there, but it's the first 50 minutes, it sets this film up lovely. And then oh, I've got an hour left.
yeah.
And
Of
it is absolute
carnage.
carnage.
Yeah.
I had a bit of a turbulent time watching it. I don't know what's wrong with Amazon, but for me, their quality's quite off. If you put a film on Netflix, it's great. But I've recently bought a 4K TV, so anything that's below 4K now is kind of blurred for me now. And this film was very dark, so I struggled. I struggled with this one because it was so
Yeah.
dark. I ended up stopping it halfway through, and I had to go watch it in my small TV in the bedroom
Is
because it
it?
looked that bad. Yeah, so it took me out of the film a little bit. So I gotta go and rewatch it again.
So you're like,
Um,
you've gone up a level now, so you can only watch films with your monocle and your top hat, like that.
it's just not good enough for me anymore.
Yeah. Oh,
But
HD.
1080p. But this film is incredible, and I was super excited for this one because obviously we all know he's been hired to direct the next Evil Dead, and it was like, if this film is great, and I knew it was going to be great
Yeah,
because Sam Raimi has watched this and he's gone away and he said this guy is directing the
yeah.
next Evil
He's
Dead.
vetting. He's good at vetting people, isn't he?
Yes,
Vetting
exactly.
horror
And
directors.
obviously, it's a one location movie, and
Yeah.
obviously, Sam Raimi has seen this and thought this guy's really good at working with one location.
Yes. Yes.
But this film is so good.
Ah, so
And
good.
what it does well, like I said, it sets the film up well. The jump scares are brilliant. And
Mm.
when it kicks off, it kicks off. There's so many memorable scenes in this film. And I can't really remember if there's any usual tropes or anything. I wouldn't say it does anything new, but it really utilizes its
Yeah.
monsters in spiders
Yeah.
extremely well.
For me, see, like I said, the only flaw to this film is as the spiders get bigger because they're growing each level of their sort of like when they're transforming. Once they start getting overly big, that's where it slightly dips in fear for me because
Yeah,
a big spider doesn't invoke the same paranoia as like I'm not scared of Starship Troopers, they're just bugs, but I'm scared of small shit, right? And I don't know how he made this film because either he used real spiders or he used, because I'm sure there are some CGI in elements, but these are real spiders.
oh,
They've
absolutely. Yeah,
and
yeah,
maybe he used like computer trickery to make more of them than they actually are. But when they're moving, they're real. And I would not want to work on this set because there's too many spiders on set. There's no way it's just CGI. Like I'm guessing like Sting is going to be. Yeah,
yeah. Have you seen you've seen Creepshow, haven't you?
yeah.
The cockroach segment
Oh yes,
where they
yes,
used like millions of real cockroaches.
yeah,
Imagine being on set for that, because
yeah.
I'm not scared of spiders, but I'll tell you what, I will scream at a cockroach.
Oh, no, see, cockroaches don't bother me. I mean, not that we ever see cockroach. I mean, if it was on me, I'd hate it. But
Yeah,
I
yeah,
not.
yeah.
It doesn't invoke like a fuck off.
Scarface hates cockroaches.
But this is going to sound strange, but I think people who got arachnophobia will understand. When I was watching it, I watched it with my daughter, okay, and she's scared of spiders as well. And we were like, oh no, no, don't go in there. And I'm never like that. No, like somebody scared of ghosts. I was like that.
Yeah,
Oh, you bastard! And I thought for the first time in my life, okay, I'm glad I'm scared of spiders because this film is so much better for people with arachnophobia.
absolutely.
And I thought, like for example, Snakes on a Plane. I enjoyed that film. It's a silly film, but I thought snakes don't bother me. So I think if you're a fear of snakes, that film must be like fucking Schindler's List. Well, maybe not.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. My
yeah,
my thing is, right, is when people say to me, right, how can you watch horror films? And I'm like, how can't you watch horror films? Wait, because they scare me. And that's exactly why you should
yeah,
watch horror films. People who love horror films should be scared of them. Now, I like every sort of horror, and even if it doesn't scare me, slashers are my favorite genre. They
yeah,
don't scare me, but I have fun with it. Now,
Yeah.
movies like Infested are going to be enjoyed much more by people who have a genuine fear of spiders. Now, for me, I watched it and I had an absolute blast, but I wasn't scared once. I had a few jump scares, but I wasn't scared once watching this movie. But I loved it. It's a
Yeah.
fantastic horror movie, and with what he had, he utilizes it very well. I
Yeah.
absolutely can't wait to see what he does with Evil Dead.
Um,
Honestly,
the bit with the light switch, so they've got a timer in there. I won't spoil anything, obviously, but you got to turn this, gives you a minute of light.
yeah,
Probably quite common in these sort of buildings to save electricity. And you just know at the start, like, oh, this is going to be some horror moment. And they have to go through like loads of spiders, knowing that they've only got 1 minute to do it. And it is utilized so well. You could use that for any horror element, but
yeah,
the spiders all around them like that, and they're real. It is
yeah.
horrifying. Yes,
Um, that is such a good scene. That
yes,
is an amazing scene, and it's set up perfectly. And again, no spoilers, but it's basically I think like their only way out, and they come across this corridor, and oh my god, this
yeah,
guy is fantastic. I can't wait to see what he
yeah.
does next. We know he's Evil Dead, but I can't wait to see what he conjures up next.
Right, before I give my rating, just want to say one quick thing.
Yeah.
This morning, I woke up early and I put my dressing gown on and I checked the hood and I never checked it again.
Yeah.
Oh! But onto my rating.
Yeah.
I loved it. It's brilliant. I highly recommend it for horror fans, for spider haters, for spider lovers. Who cares? Somehow there's somebody out there who loves spiders. Uh, the only slight negative, the spiders went a bit too big for me. I think I'd rather seen them about that big all the way through, but it's
Yeah.
only right towards the end. Doesn't taint it. I give it a solid 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. Highly recommend it.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Jenks. Now, when I say solid 4 stars, if you look at my letterbox, that's a 4.5 stars, almost a 5.
Yeah, me too.
I think if I had a fear of spiders, it would have absolutely been a 5. But because it's a 4, it doesn't take anything away from how much I
Yeah,
love this movie. But I've just seen it close to seeing Abigail, and Abigail was an absolute 5.
yeah,
Solid 4 stars for this one. Like you said, Jenks, highly, highly recommend this one.
yeah.
We've got massive talent on the horizon here.
Yes, definitely.
But
Yeah.
yeah, guys, that's all we got time for. Catch you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.